Okay, so we're here to talk about Stefon Diggs, his brother, the Diggs brothers always being in trouble because I did a video earlier today and I said, evidently, that family, they have a problem. And I said, oftentimes, when families like those have a problem, it takes one member of the family who decides to break the cycle by disassociating with the family, moving far away from them, and just living a completely different lifestyle as a different person so as to not get trapped in such toxic cycle, toxic mess, because evidently there's someone in that family harboring the behavior and the belief that these men can do no wrong. And I said the mama was twerking on the son, and it gives the sense that the mama might be the problem. And it does give the sense that the mama might be the problem. Now, people are so offended by what I said that they want to have discussions with me, but they don't want to read what's being reported about these men. And I'm talking about factual reports that are out there about these men, actual court documents that are accusing these men of doing things, actual settlements, and you want to talk to me, but what about talking to yourself and saying, self, why did Derez Diggs settle out of court with Christopher Blake if what I was saying is not true? Why is it that Stefon Diggs is still fighting a case with Christopher Blake if what I was saying is not true? Why is it that Stefon Diggs has so many identical lawsuits if what I was saying is not true? At what point do you have a conversation with self instead of someone else? Because do you guys think that these behaviors are just merely coincidental? You are telling me that you think these behaviors, three brothers, are coincidental? Three brothers. Society just chooses to pick on three brothers with the same last name who are athletic, great talents, but highly problematic. You're telling me that society, a bunch of people choose to pick on three brothers who aren't three easy individuals, who aren't a pushover. Because in case you're not paying attention, none of these three men are anything that anyone would consciously want to mess with. They're no softie. So you're telling me that three boys, three men, who are no softie, who are no pushover, for some reason, people just want to mess with them? And you want to have a conversation with me because you have broken thought? You can't form a chain of honest conversation from the allegations, the factual police reports, and the lawsuits that are being settled and the lawsuits that are still being fought? You want to have a conversation with me because you can't have a chain of thought. So if you can't have a chain of thought, how are you going to have a conversation with me? How? How? Because if you should take a minute, you would realize that there's a pattern with these three boys. They're all very much athletic, but while they're athletic, they're also problematic. And even Stefon Diggs, who appears to be like the mild one, he's not mild because he has allegations against him. He does. And we heard Chef Mila's story, so you're telling me that Chef Mila has the same story. The concierge guy has the same story. Christopher Blake has the same story. Baby mamas have the same story. Cases in court. And their lies? Cases being settled out. Like, at what point are you going to realize that these people are problematic? Because CardiB is with Stefon Diggs, so because a celebrity who has more money than God is with one of these guys, and you love to worship celebrities because you are a ass worshiper, you believe that because CardiB, someone you worship, is with one of these guys, CardiB should not be talked about because CardiB is a celebrity that does shit and makes shitty ass decisions for the world to see, and we should not speak on the negativity of CardiB, but we should drag Chloe because Chloe's white, and we should drag Kim because Kim is white, and if we're black, we should not speak on black people that chooses to live negatively. We should not speak on CardiB. For what reason? But we should laugh at Nicki's husband, right? We should laugh and say, ha, Nicki Minaj, boo-hoo-hoo, your husband can't go to the kids' park, boo-hoo-hoo, your husband can't go to a school, and that is okay. It's okay to do that to Nicki, but it's not okay to do that to CardiB, because what? She's a what? Because she's loud and loose, and because you're loud and loose too, and you have that loud and loose behavior, and you and your family evidently has that loud and loose behavior, so you're willing to die on the cross for that loud and loose behavior because it serves you, your family, and CardiB, so we should not be talking about it? I want to see who's going to stop me from talking about what's in public domain. I can't wait to see who is going to stop me from talking about this kind of mess that consistently shows its ugly head in public spaces. And you want me and you to sit down and have a talk, but you can't consciously see that what is being said is not made up stories. The report is right there, and if you were paying attention, you would have been able to see it just the same. So if you're not paying attention, how are you going to have a conversation with someone? How? It doesn't make sense to me. But if it makes sense to you, kudos to you, honey. Kudos to you.